We've all been there. You look down at a test paper, and instead of a simple equation, you're staring at a dense wall of text about someone buying 60 watermelons. Your brain locks up. That paralysis happens because we are often taught to think of math as a speed test in number crunching. We expect to see numbers, plug them in, and instantly calculate an answer. But that assumption is backward. Math actually operates as a highly structured language. It's a logic puzzle where the numerical values are secondary to the rules connecting them. When you look at students who consistently solve complex problems, they aren't relying on innate computational genius. They deploy a specific set of tools to break through that initial friction. They treat the problem like a tactical operation, dismantling the obstacles phase by phase until the solution reveals itself. The very first step happens before anyone even touches a calculator. We call this the comprehension phase, where the sole goal is to decode the actual context of the scenario. A common strategy here relies on auditory processing. Reading the problem aloud forces the brain to slow down, engage with the language, and break through the confusion of the written text. Visually, we can look at a problem and dissolve away the noise to highlight operational keywords. A phrase like "how many are left" signals subtraction. Those isolated words morph into a clear target, the unknown. This defines the singular variable we need to find. Securing this understanding early ensures that when you actually start calculating, you aren't perfectly solving the wrong problem. Once the target is locked, we transition into the execution phase. This is where we bridge the gap between our initial plan and the final numerical answer. We can physically map out the scenario to make it tangible. Drawing models or using concrete objects to act out the sequence of events gives our spatial reasoning a chance to process the logic. If we look at a multi-step process, we can actually start at the bottom. By taking the final known condition and tracing the steps in reverse, we reverse engineer our way back to the starting point. We can also translate the scenario completely. We take the English words and convert them directly into an algebraic number sentence, turning sentences into formal mathematical equations. Execution relies on a fluid rotation of these visual tools, or logical frameworks, or algebraic equations, dynamically adjusting to fit the exact shape of the puzzle. Reaching an answer, however, doesn't mean the work is done. The final phase requires aggressive verification to ensure the logic actually holds up. The most direct check is an inverse operation. If division gets you to the answer, you immediately use multiplication to test if you arrive back at your original starting number. In algebra, we use the plug-in method. You take your newly discovered variable, drop it directly back into the original equation, and see if the two sides stay balanced. Then there's estimation. By rounding complex numbers to simple multiples of 10, we can do quick mental math to verify if our precise calculation is conceptually reasonable. Through this verification, the problem solver evolves. They shift from a passive calculator into an active, critical auditor of their own work. This precise sequence of operations actually traces back to mathematician George Polya. In 1945, he published a 4-step framework: understand the problem, devise a plan, carry out the plan, and look back. Polya's structure remains relevant because it systematizes cognitive habits that apply well outside the classroom. Filtering a dense paragraph for keywords is the same logic used to parse a technical manual. Reverse engineering a result to find a starting point is the core of logistical planning. These aren't just math skills, they are the mechanics of analytical thinking. It's a reliable method for taking something massive and overwhelming and methodically slicing it into manageable, solvable increments. By treating word problems as structured logic puzzles rather than arithmetic speed tests, we train the brain to dismantle friction and reach a solution, one phase at a time.